Hey everybody and welcome. I hope you are rocking today. So I just wanted to come on and talk about 12 of the biggest mistakes people make when they start a new weight loss routine. The first mistake that people make when they're starting a new weight loss routine is they jump in too soon. So I get it, you're frustrated, you want change, you're tired of the way you look, the way you feel, you're low energy, you just want to lose this weight and you want to lose it now. I get it. I gained 50 pounds in college and I get that frustration. But you got to be smart about it, okay? No matter what the program is, no matter who is doing it, no matter how many of your friends have done it, no matter how influential this person who owns the company is, you need to do your research, because at the end of the day, weight loss is real simple. It's calories in versus calories out. But you have to have your soulmate plan. And if you don't really know the specifics of the plan that you're getting yourself into, it may not be the perfect fit for you, and that is okay. It doesn't mean it's a bad program. It doesn't mean they're scam artists or whatnot. It just means that it isn't the right plan for you. So before you go into anything, you need to know exactly what it is, exactly why the people are getting results, because I can guarantee you they're getting results because of a calorie deficit. That is the only way to lose weight. Calorie deficit. But you have to think about why or how they're reaching that calorie deficit, and make sure it is something that you can live with, something that you can incorporate into your lifestyle. Let's take keto, for example. I am not the biggest fan of keto, but you lose weight because you're removing a major food group out of your diet. And so removing that major food group is making a drastic cut into your calorie intake. You're not losing weight because you're cutting out carbs. You're losing weight because you are making a drastic cut into your calorie count because you're not eating carbs. So do your research, know exactly what you're getting into, ask questions. If the people aren't answering your questions or are kind of hostile towards you for asking questions, that's your number one sign that you do not want to work with them. Number two in our mistakes that we make when we're starting a weight loss plan, and I briefly mentioned it before, but we are not following our soulmate plan. By the soulmate plan, okay, just like anything else that you have a soulmate with, it is the perfect plan for you, for your lifestyle, for exactly what you like and what you don't like. So you need to find that for you. Number three on our mistakes that people make when trying to lose weight is that they don't understand the nutrition around it. The nutrition can be very complicated or it can be very simple. So you gotta make sure you're at a calorie deficit. If you're at a calorie deficit, you 110% will lose weight. Sitting there and you're like, but I'm eating at a calorie deficit, I'm tracking all my calories and I'm eating at a calorie deficit and I'm not losing weight. Well, sorry, but you're not. That's part of the complexity of it. Those formulas and everything kind of do a standard, an average. So if you have something going on that is making those numbers, those average numbers, not accurate for you, then your numbers are going to be off, that deficit is going to be off, and you're not actually eating as little as you think you are. Having said that, is one reason why people are not losing weight is because they're not understanding the calorie portion of the nutrition. And also a lot of times they don't eat enough because they're trying to get that deficit, so they're just cutting down so far. And your body needs so many calories for the organs to function. Number 4 on our mistake list here is people aren't making it a lifestyle shift. If you do not make it a lifestyle shift, as soon as you start eating how you used to, you're gonna balloon back up. Any diet will do that. Portion containers will do that. Keto will do that. Intermittent fasting will do that. Any kind of diet or nutrition program that you use, as soon as you stop eating that way, you're gonna gain weight. You have to find a system that you can do every day for the rest of your life. Number 5 is we are not hydrating. We need our bodies to be running at this optimal level. We need everything running efficiently, so we need to be drinking water. Number 6, we are only focusing on the scale. There are a bunch of different factors that go into if we're seeing progress or not. The scale is just one of those factors. Sometimes it'll go up, sometimes it'll go down, sometimes it'll stay the same, but that doesn't necessarily mean those fluctuations are from fat. And that is really what we're looking for. We're trying to see if we're gaining and losing fat, not just weight. So that's why we need to use a variety of measurements and tools to gauge that. Number 7 has to do with exercise. One of the biggest factors that people don't take into consideration is the intensity of the exercises. That's where the personal trainers like me come in, because we can really pump them out and make sure that intensity stays really high. I could give you a list of exercises and you could do them in an hour and you would burn, maybe 200 calories. If I gave you that same list of exercises and had you push them out in 30 minutes, you would burn double that. And training at that higher intensity is what is gonna help you burn more calories. And at the end of the day, remember, calorie deficit is what we are striving to achieve. If we don't achieve that, then we're not gonna lose weight. Number 8 on the major mistakes people make when they are trying to lose weight. And it is that they are not doing resistance training. They are not lifting weights. There is this huge misconception that when women lift weights that they're gonna get bulky and they're gonna look like a man, and all of that is bullshit, and it doesn't happen. The women that you see that portray that look didn't get there by accident. They were very strict on their diet. They were very strict on their workouts, and a lot of them are on steroids. So unless you are trying to look like that, you're not going to. Let me tell you this, that toned, lean look that most women are going for, that comes from lifting weights. That's the only way you get it. Number 9 on major mistakes, eating diet foods. So, unless you have a legitimate issue where you need to eat these certain kinds of foods, then by all means do. However, if you're trying to lose weight, the best food to eat is the real thing. You see sugar-free, fat-free, low calorie, all of that means is shitload of chemicals that you don't need to be ingesting. If you're looking to reduce the amount of sugar that you're eating, find a natural sweetener. Don't find a diet sweetener, find a natural sweetener. Honey, agave, something like that. Okay, so then we still get the sweet taste, it's not quite as much of the calories, and we're good to go. Okay, number 10 is we overestimate the calories burned during exercise. So, whatever you think you are burning, divide it in half. And that's probably still too much. And the problem with overestimating the number of calories that you burn is that it causes you to overeat because you're like, oh, hey, I really kicked ass at the gym today. I can have this cheeseburger. And in reality, you didn't. And you ruin that calorie deficit that you're aiming for. Number 11 is we usually underestimate the number of calories that we are consuming. So if we think we're not eating as many calories as we are, then we're going to eat more, and that calorie deficit isn't going to take place. Number 10 and 11 kind of go hand in hand. If we are overestimating the number of calories burned and underestimating the number of calories consumed, we will not receive that deficit. And if we do not receive the deficit, we will not lose weight. Number 12 is the biggest mistake that people make, and it's that they are not tracking their calories. Like I've said over and over in this video, you have to have your calorie deficit. So if you're not tracking what you're eating, you really have no way of knowing if you are eating in that deficit or not. So that's the 12 biggest mistakes that I see when people are trying to lose weight. If you engage in any of those, start with one, try to correct it, and then move on down the list. If you have any questions, comment below or shoot me a message. I'd love to chat with you, and have a lovely day.